Hello, this video is to help you learn how to make a keychain, kind of like the ones that you see here. Now, Tinkercad already has quite a few lessons and starters if you click on the Learn. And one of the lessons, if you look at all of them, they do have one clear down here at the bottom, keyring letters. Now, this is kind of a little bit different way to build it, and so I'm going to show how to build both of these real quick. So kind of basic, you start with a cube. And for this first one, I'm going to just resize it using these little white boxes or the black boxes, and you can see that I have that. Now, you can add other shapes, and I'm going to come down here. I like to use the tube instead of the torus. A lot of my students go towards the torus, but I find that the torus usually has a harder time printing. And so you can take that and you can make your ring a little bit bigger, and you can resize it to match the rest of the keychain. You can also move it in a little bit and see that um, until you're happy with the way that it looks. So that's really getting started. And then you can turn around and put your text on it, what you want it to say. Okay, and it can say anything that you want. Just select there and type, and then you can resize it. Now I'm going to resize it by hitting the Shift button. And you can see it here if you want to change colors so it shows up a little bit easier while you're working on it. Now, changing the colors in Tinkercad does not change the colors that it prints. You will have to change the color of the filament, and you can actually do a layer change. One really good tool right here is to use your alignment tool, and you can make sure that everything is centered. And that would be an easy way to make one like this first Spartacus keychain. Now, the problem I have with this keychain is I don't like that it has the sharp corners here. I would be afraid that if I had that in my pocket, it would poke me in my leg every so often. And so I want to make one like this other one. And this is a little bit more work, but not much. And so I'm going to do basically the same thing. I'm going to start with a fairly flat square. I'm going to stretch it out. And I'm actually just going to add some cylinders here at the bottom, do a similar thing where I squish them flat. With my cylinders, I like to make sure that they have the 64 sides. You can change that so they're a little bit more round. And I can take that cylinder, and rather than grabbing another one and changing it, I can hit the Control D to duplicate it, and I can drag it down to the end. And I can make sure that they're lined up right there. I'm going to focus in on it. That one looks good. And so go back. Now focus on that one. That one looks good. And so I can take them and I can group it. Now I need a hole for it, and I'm going to hit my Shift button so I don't get it too out of whack. I'm going to take this hole and I can take it. Once again, I'm using my alignment tool, make sure it's in the center. I can focus on that one shape, make sure that's where I want it, and then I can group them. After I group them, I can have this shape and I can put what I want on there. I can turn around. Now you might want to get your text before you start putting in the length, because, for example, I have hello here, and you can see that my keychain's a little bit long for what I have, and so something to consider and work with and practice. And you can make these keychains with nice rounded edges, and so they fit nicely. I will turn around, and after I print these, I put a little key ring on there or a ball chain ring on it, and they work really great. So that is a simple way to make a keychain, and I hope this helps. If you have questions, leave them in the comments.